Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a great rest of your day. We're going to be getting into what's happening in the charts. And we had that push last night. We talked about how charts were not looking so good. And we actually have a few other outstanding variables that are including this push downwards. So if we go to the charts here, right? We're going to go to the Dow Jones first. Dow Jones is down today. This is probably another reason why we are seeing this push to the downside. Stocks going down does help somewhat on a downwards push. Nasdaq's down 1% today. Stocks kind of are in a little bit of a bubble, right? And we all can, say that stocks are in a bubble. We all understand that it's a little inflated. And the price correlation on a movement to the downside, if we do have one with the stock market, I have been charting a little bit on the stock side of things. I do look at it probably, I would say 2 or 3 times a day. I would recommend you guys do as well if you're only invested into crypto. But we do have some sort of downwards momentum currently shaping up. So if we do see a large leg down in the stock market, we will see a large leg down in crypto. That's just how things work here. So what do we see with Bitcoin? All right, so we talked about daily chart. Let me change my EMAs up. Whoops. All right, so we currently saw this leg down. We tested the EMA level right here, and then we actually had a leg down. This is on the daily chart. We could not hold, right? We could not hold the current position that we are in. We ended up having this leg down. It did look a little bit like we kind of broke through support here. So we might be seeing this other leg down. I do think that we are going to be able to test some lower levels here within the next day or so. Actually in the next couple of hours. New York did want to send the market down. We are going to go into what these lower levels are going to be, going through some altcoins as well. Expert, before you go deep into things, I just started investing in crypto this year. Is Buganoff real? I have no idea who's Buganoff is, so no idea if that guy's real. Sorry, memeing. But yeah, we need to make sure that we see some sort of momentum if we're looking to buy, right? We see that there's not too much momentum here. We are kind of building up a bear flag. If you guys do not know what a bear flag is, this is kind of what we're building up right here. We don't have much momentum to the upside. If we do make that breakdown through the downside of this bear flag, if we have an engulfing candle, this is when you guys are going to be most likely putting in your shorts. If we do break out to the upside, we need to see a push above these EMA levels. Good EMA levels for you guys to be looking at, the ones that I currently like to use, is the 21 and the 55 EMA, right? This shows great, the 2155 EMA shows exactly what trend we are in the short and long term. And as you guys can see, we had a violent push down from this EMA level here. I do expect some sort of retracement upwards, but if we do break through the still bear flag that we're forming on the downside with an engulfing candle and we get confirmation, I do see a push to the downside. I do see this also, this resistance line that has held pretty well over the past few days. We've had this resistance or the support level. Now it's turned into a resistance level, hold pretty well. We broke down through that, and I do expect to come back up for a retest, but we did have a retest right here on this candlestick. This pin bar was quite large. Momentum was active last night, stayed up late. Hope you guys enjoy your nights, but sometimes you got to stay up late. But it is going to be some sort of upwards momentum that we'll probably see here. But if we do break down through this bear flag right here, we are going to see some downwards momentum, at least to this 30K level is what I am planning for. I do expect, some of this momentum in the altcoins to kind of slow down, right? When we saw altcoins pump up that much, we had some fun with that, but when fun comes, it goes in crypto. We could only be in such a push with these altcoins for so long. And we might have another push here once we do reach these lower levels and we bounce up. But I do think that this took out a lot of the animosity that was in the air, a lot of the bullishness that was in the air. This push down here just kind of, scared people a little bit more. I don't think there's going to be too much FOMO into altcoins when we do make another push up, but that's just speculation. If we look at oscillators, right, we're looking at the 3-hour right here. We'll go look at the 4-hour. We do see that we have bottomed out on a lot of our indicators. Momentum is shifting upwards on the longer time frames. We do have some buying signals that I got on the lower time frames, some bullish divergence on the TSI. We are looking, though, on the shorter time frames. As you can see right here, we kind of have topped out. We probably will have some downwards momentum here. I do believe that we might have another push up to that support and then make another dive down, break through this bullish or this bearish flag right here, and then kind of consolidate around this 30K level and hold this level as we, we kind of broke through supports. We did build up another support here, but we're not, I wouldn't say we're out of the woods yet. And I do think that this 3,900 level is definitely going to be the zone that I'm looking for on the downside here. But I am also looking for some divergence. Also with RSI, if we're comparing RSI to exactly what we see on the charts on the shorter time frames, we do see some hidden divergence, some hidden bearish divergence. We are getting higher. We're getting higher highs on the RSI, but we're getting lower lows in price from those higher highs. And I do expect at some point that another leg down to come. Maybe we'll retest the support here or the support here. But we still are in this bear flag. If we do break out of this bear flag here, I will be looking to the upside. What are the upside levels for Bitcoin exactly? What should we be looking at exactly for the upside, right? We want to be able to consolidate above this zone right here. You guys see how we had this consolidation, right? We had this consolidation right here at this support level. I want to see price consolidate at this level right here, and we need to see momentum sort of shift with these movements in price. You need kind of some consolidation and then that large leg up to happen. That's what we've been just seeing with Bitcoin. And right here, this is not looking too promising. Even though we have upwards price, it's still forming a bear flag, right? You need to be careful for these bear flags. We formed one right here as well, broke through it. It's just a confirmation that momentum, you're using momentum with it, you're using CCI, you're using RSI with these bear flags to kind of have some confluence on what you're seeing in the charts, but you need to be making sure that, we have enough momentum to push through. We are making higher highs. We are having bullish divergence, and it's not some hidden bearish divergence, which is when price is higher on the RSI or when price is higher on the chart, but the RSI is showing that the price of it is actually higher, right? So that's hidden divergence. You guys can watch some videos on that. But we are kind of forming some sort of bad momentum right now, but we need to make sure to see what these market makers want to do. As sometimes they'll trick you out with the momentum, with the EMAs. But for the most part, we're going to play off the charts because we're emotionless here. And we really want to get that nice move to the downside. If that does happen, we kind of got, some pretty good moves last night in general. But we need to make sure to, be able to predict what's going to happen in the upside, or at least have some sort of idea on what we're going to see happen. I do want to see price break above this green support right here, have some more consolidation, and I do think that we're going to be able to have some momentum break through these candles if we do have price MACD flip as well to really have that push to recover these candles up here. They were a large push to the downside. I do think they are easily recoverable if we have that momentum, if market makers want to bring up price there, but we'll need to see exactly what they want to do. I would be looking to get into some sort of trade if we did reach above this resistance. It's now a resistance level. It used to be support. I would want to get into some sort of trade if we do see some consolidation around this level and we do see a engulfing candle that breaks above this resistance right here. And I do think that if we do have that happen, we'll probably be able to get to somewhere around this 34 to around this 35K level. But we'll have to see what happens today. Stock market's down, right? So, if it keeps on dipping, right, maybe we'll have some lower prices. If it pumps up, maybe we'll have some higher prices there. Just keep an eye out on the stock market. I know most of you guys probably do as well. But it's very important to do that. Sometimes price doesn't correlate with Bitcoin, but, the more charts you look at, the better you'll get, the more confluence you'll have, the more, books you'll read, the better you'll get at stuff. Okay. So sorry about that. But all right. So change in price. Let's go over some of the most volatile altcoins. T-Fuel wanted to pump up today, right? So we have T Fuel that's pumping up. Let's do some charting on exactly what T Fuel is doing. Kind of expert yesterday, bullish today, bearish. I was bearish yesterday. I was more, I mean, I'm neutral actually, right? We're completely neutral. We prepare for both sides. We're not bearish or bullish. We're neutral, right? And we look at the charts and we try and plan for each outcome because we know that even if a chart looks extremely bearish, all things are pointing towards the downside. We could still have a correction to the upside, right? It's always possible. And it's just to take all of that into account and to really make sure if you are trading to, read the book. That is extremely important, and to make sure that you have all of your entry points, your stop losses, and your take profits in order, or else you're going to get screwed. So that's a good habit to keep. If you guys are not building that habit as a trader, you guys have been losing. If you get stopped out, right, you have been putting your stop losses in, and you're not going to be making as much losses if you do. It's just something that happens when you trade. Everyone sets stop losses. That is successful trading. Even if you're looking at the graph 24/7, you still have to put in your stop loss. You still have to do that. That's a pivotal part of TA. A pivotal part of TA is having your stop losses in order. All right. Unless you guys are just, market makers, and you could just, put your stop losses wherever you want and just move the market towards it. You guys don't have the ability to do that. So it kind of sucks. But let's go over exactly where we see theta happening right now. We do have, right, as we can see here, we did have some sort of resistance up here. This would have been a nice move to get into on theta. I did not get into this one. I am looking at it currently, though. This was around let's see how high this push was. This was around a 20% push that theta had in the past hour. Extremely volatile movement. This is one to kind of look out for. I'd keep this one out just because of the volatile movements that we see. As you guys can see here, we broke through these EMAs, right? We broke through these EMAs. This is on the 15-minute. We'll go on the hourly, see what we have broken through. Broke through the 21, the 55. Boom, large candle through it. This is happening with some of these altcoins that do have enough momentum. We did have a push up here. Let's go on the daily chart, right? Let's go on the daily chart. We did kind of ping off of these this 55 EMA and this 50 EMA right here. We came pretty close, and then we broke down off of it. This is showing that we don't have enough momentum to hold past this level. We are still in a downtrend with theta, so I do expect this to continue on the longer term time frames for a downtrend. We need to make sure, though, to not take into consideration the range that we're currently in for the shorter time frame. And look at this engulfing candle that we see here also on the 2 hour. It was actually half engulfing, around 60-70%. But yeah, we need to make sure to take into account the range that we see right here, which is, boom, we have our supports. Or that's our resistance actually now. We have another resistance here. We have another supports, right? Supports. So this is the current range that we are currently in for theta. We could have some price movement to the upside. I am looking at being quite careful if I am going to be dabbling into this one, just because of price movement. Need to be making sure what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin does break down to the downside, this would be a good coin to enter in on a short, as Bitcoin is going to lead these altcoins, of course, and I would be looking at some sort of bearish flag to really enter into that trade. For the main part, that's just one of the strategies that we're going to talk about in this stream, is just bearish flags in general. There's great videos on them on YouTube, and I figure that's an easy one that you guys can understand. Bearish and bullish flags, there's confluence between them. You want to be using supports, resistances with bearish flags. You want to be using engulfing candles, some sort of candles that you will see in some sort of, I guess you could say, pin bars as well, when we do have a breakout to the upside and we test that resistance in the bear flag, and we do have momentum to push us under. That's when you enter a trade. There's multiple ways to enter trades that we can get into in this episode if you guys want. But yeah, bear flags are a great thing to trade with. It's just another way to see the charts. Figure that we'll start, teaching, learning about different things. You guys want to know how to enter a trade, when to leave a trade, right? When to, be successful trading. And that's what we're going to focus on. Lots of negative action towards Binance. What are your alternatives best for day trading? I do use Binance, sadly. I would say I am an FTX fan. I actually keep my largest account on FTX, but I do use Binance quite often. I do more of, I would say I do more of day trading on Binance just because of fees in general. I do like the way I have it set up on my Binance account for my fees. I do use FTX kind of as a bank account, to be completely honest. Somewhat of a bank account. I'm still trading, obviously, and still doing some sort of things. I do use Uniswap a few times. I mean, I'm not holding too many cryptos currently. I am looking for a somewhat downwards momentum movement to really get into things. AMC is up 6% today. Could be trading that on FTX. But yeah, we're going to go into a few other cryptos. Let's actually go into the ones that we were talking about last night. We did talk about RLC a little bit. I wasn't trading this one, but this had a large movement. Guys, look at this hourly candles. Boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. Look at this wick out that they tried to wick out the people who are trading it. This is around 11% wick. That's why you have to be careful with these altcoins, as setting your stop loss. You're limiting your pain that you will suffer from a wick out. And, you know, if you guys have a good risk to reward with these altcoins, you understand what Bitcoin is fundamentally doing, you'll have some success with it. But yeah, textbook move by RLC here, just getting absolutely destroyed after we had that little dump in Bitcoin. We'll go into one as well. I know you guys like Harmony. So do I, guys. So do I. Harmony had the largest spike I've ever seen in an altcoin for the most part. They do this all the time. Market makers will just try and wick everyone out. You wait for momentum to shift back down, and then you enter your short again. It's just how things work. You know, that's why you have to have your stop losses when we do enter these sorts of momentum swings. We did come back down to this support level, as you can see down here. We saw the support get activated. We have seen the support actually play out a few times. If we kind of just consolidate in this range, that will be looking good. We knew that we would probably come up, retest this resistance, then break down depending on what Bitcoin was showing. And we did see the engulfing candle right here, bear flag formed, boom, price went downwards. And we need to make sure to really take into consideration how volatile these altcoins are. Currently, I would not really touch one, but we did kind of talk about touching these altcoins last night. Just wanted to give you guys an update on them. I would say you guys could just chillax on these extremely volatile coins that we talked about last night, as we're probably not going to see too much movement, as they already have made massive moves to the downside. So we're going to go over AXS real quick, this NFT kind of weird thing that we saw here. And what did we see here, guys? We saw this thing absolutely get shit on, to be quite frank. Like we said, it really could have went down 20-something%. We are expecting to go to this resistance, or to this support here. This is where I'm trying to kind of maximize my gains down here at the support. I am getting a little bit greedy, but I do have my stop loss in. I did get stopped out of a few of my trades because we did have some volatile movements to the upside, but I've just been continuing to short this one just because of the massive move that it has made, and the how Bitcoin was looking with how we had that price movement to the downside. And this is kind of where we're seeing price consolidate at right now. It's still in a very downwards momentum type of situation. Hype dies down. People get scared. When these altcoins do pump and you are able to trade them, you could be very successful. I am looking for this 11.27 level here, which is still another 8, 9, 10% down from the current level that we see. That is, if Bitcoin does go to 30K, I would expect this to easily be hits. And if we do make some lower moves, probably 29, 28, I would expect maybe even a $10 movement for AXS, which great gains, guys. Great gains on a lot of these coins that we're talking about. Hope you guys enjoyed last night. Had quite a lot of fun last night. We will also get into Engine. Engine also was one of these coins that I was really looking at. These are coins to look out for, right? Another volatile move to the downside. When things pump, they dump when we are in this type of market, and need to make sure, okay, we need to make sure that we figure out where our support levels are. This is where our support level was in last night's video. Look, it came down perfectly to our support level. Boom, bang, out of the trade. Everything's great. We're just using the simple indicator, which is next support and resistance. We're using EMA levels. We're waiting for a shift to break down of the EMA levels. You guys could be using bear flags, bull flags. And we're also using some confluence, which is just lining up multiple strategies, using multiple indicators for a strategy. Let me turn on this PC. Why is it turning on? All right, there we go. But yeah, we want to be able to see, indicators kind of pointing us towards the way. You need to understand how they work, or else it's not going to make sense to you. And what MACD is, just a momentum oscillator, right? It's just showing momentum. Even though we're shifting upwards in momentum, as you guys can see, we're still going down in price. Even though RSI is shifting up, we're still going down in price. This is called hidden bearish divergence, and we want to make sure to use this to the fullest and actually be using Bitcoin. I guess you guys can say, if you're trading an altcoin, Bitcoin is your best indicator. So if you're trading any altcoins, Bitcoin's your best indicator. I can tell you that right now. So really make sure to pay attention to that. And you need to make sure, to understand how all of these work. We break through EMAs, for example, this 50 or this 55.21. It shows what type of trend we are in, and we'll always test these EMAs as resistance, or we'll use them as supports. When we do break through them, especially with these coins that have pumped up extreme amounts, we normally have that violent downside movement. We did pretty well with Engine Coin right here. Great movement that we saw. Believe that, when did we talk about this? Like 12 hours ago, around that. I'm not sure. 10%. Yeah, great 10% movement. At least on Engine. We'll also go into, what else? I guess we can go into Luna a little bit. I'll go into some of these coins for you guys as well. All right, yep, Luna. Luna loves to just mess around. There's a lot of people. Oops, freaking computer turned off. There's a lot of people that, are trading Luna. We talked about how on Twitter exactly, we have quite a lot of people that just, they love to say, everyone, Luna is looking like a perfect opportunity to buy right now. And we saw the volatility there with Luna. I actually lost a little bit of money, but I had my stop losses in, so it really didn't, affect me too much with Luna currently. So I was able to, make back some of that money with these other altcoins. But Luna was extremely volatile, and I just got unlucky with my stop losses. It happens. My risk to reward was fairly decent. So I wasn't in a massive loss because I was able to put in my stop losses. I'll show it, for example, what I'm talking about. So I was trading this on the 5 minutes. I got stopped out on this right here, this massive movement above this resistance level. I got stopped out on, and I also was able to. I was trying to set in a long. I was getting a little greedy, trying to trade both ways. A little bit of over trading, not gonna lie. And I got stopped out down here on this candle because we broke through resistance. We did hit this this past support level that we saw here. But just make sure to be extremely patient with your trades. You guys might be over trading. You don't need to do 100 trades a day, right? This isn't your full-time job. If it is your full-time job, you still don't need to do 100 trades a day. All you need to do is wait for the right opportunities, wait for patience, wait for the EMAs to cross and stuff to break down, wait for Bitcoin to really show its bearishness. Look at your indicators. You don't need to make a trade a day. You can even just do trades every other, week, and you're still going to outperform the current market of the way Bitcoin is going. And for those of you guys that are trading every day, you're probably losing, right? 99% of you guys are losing. I know that for a statistical fact that 99% of you are losing. So make sure, to not overtrade. Do you want to be part of the 1%? Do you want to be part of the 1% that is successful? If you do, overtrading will be the death of you, and not understanding your certain strategy that you currently are using is going to be the death of you. And make sure to definitely take that into consideration. But yeah, we are seeing these altcoins pull up again, like Luna is. I am looking for some sort of correction. We did cross over the EMAs right here on Luna on the 1 hour, so we could see some volatile movement up. We come back down for the retest and then make that movement up. We need to go look at what Bitcoin's doing. I am looking at the Bitcoin charts, but we're just going to put this into some sort of an example, guys. Look at all these coins. 17, 11, 11, 9, right? This is just all in the past 24 hours. They can't handle it, right? And then Luna's just over here bouncing up and down. Want to know why? because, you know, it's shilled on Twitter, right? It's shilled on Twitter. Yes, we do want to see, I'll draw this bear flag again. I'll show you guys how to draw bear flag. You want to have some sort of bottom that you're finding right here. Yes, we could draw this bottom to this. This is the bear flag where we have this downwards push. And then we do have this sort of support right here and right here. Go like that. There we go. Oops, just a little off. Move this around a little bit. But yeah, this is what the bear flag is looking like. If we break through this sort of resistance right here, and it's an engulfing candle, if we do engulf this candle and then make our move downwards, I will be looking for some sort of short in the market because we are going to see some downside movement. If we break above it, I'm not even going to be worried about this flag anymore. I want to see price consolidate around this green area here. Why do I want to see price consolidate there? Because we need to make sure that we are currently looking at how price is going to hold there. We need to see it consolidate. We need to see a price not dip below there because then we can start to retrace these larger vector candles that we see up here. Look at, we have 1, 2 vector candles. The upside movement still is extremely possible. That's a 3% move that Bitcoin can make if they do bring price up to there and they have enough momentum to push. But yet again, NASDAQ, what are you doing today? You know, what are all these, you know, all these other altcoins? Throw them out the window, focus on Bitcoin, and it will, you know, really just give you a perspective on your portfolio. I'm definitely not losing money. Good. All right, a few other questions. David, you'd have to use your own judgment there. If you think a Coin Bureau guy's discount, you'll be able to beat KuCoin fees. Okay, not sure what you guys are talking about. Not losing money. I'm definitely not losing money. Great for you. Yeah, it's just patience. Like I said, 99% of you guys do lose. That's a statistical fact. So make sure to understand that. Okay, make sure to understand that. It is a statistical fact that 99% of you guys will lose trading. So what are you going to do to make you the 1% that is going to win? You're going to have patience. You're going to be reading books. You're going to be having your own strategy together. And I'm going to help you guys actually overcome that odds. But you better not be trading if you guys are not ready. If you guys are not ready and you don't have your strategies back, this does not make sense, right? You guys have a lot to learn. And, you know, simple stuff, just EMA crosses, following MACD momentum. If it's pulling up and price is somewhat still falling, that's kind of showing some bearishness. If we have this Bollinger Band percentage right here, if this is at the top, we normally see a push down to the downside, and the lower it gets, the better the buy opportunity as well. Just going through these indicators right here is just something that's extremely simple. Are you in the US? I'm not going to get you a referral to WooX. It's a free training link. Post it to your Twitter. No. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to end the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is kind of what we're seeing in the market. I will update it, you know, quite more. We'll go into more educational stuff. We are looking for long-term buy opportunities. Okay. So don't take that out of accountability. We will go over some George news as well. But the long-term buying opportunities, right? They will happen, and you guys could start dollar cost averaging into them now. And some coins, you know, that we went over in videos, just to give you guys another, you know, another look at it. Let's go over. I'm not going to show you guys one, for example. You guys could watch the videos that I've posted in the past like a week or two about some great coins that I'm looking to acquire in a bear market. But I'm waiting for lower prices, right? The lower they get, you know, the better it's going to be. You can start dollar cost averaging. You can start putting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of what you're willing to spend in those long-term coins in them, you know, right now. But you want to wait for some lower prices. I would say start funneling, and I'm looking at funneling into these altcoins when we do reach around, I would say 28K Bitcoin and 25K Bitcoin, and then down in the 20s. This is me probably going to be putting a split part of what I'm willing to spend. So let's just say I have a 100% portfolio. Right, I have my trading portfolio as well. Obviously, I'm looking to divide this up into going to be buying in at 28K. If we do have a large push to the upside and I do see some bearishness, I will be selling. If I am buying, I'm still going to be trading these long-term holds. But if you guys do not want to trade just say these are some great buying opportunities here. We do have that 19K supports. I would say even this 14K, guys, even this 14K is possible. Just even having, you know, some sort of percentage in your portfolio is always great thing to have. This 24 to 25K level is also another area. So we have long-term 1, long-term 2, long-term 3, and then we have this one right here, which is the 28K level, right? I highly doubt that we'll be able to really hold above 40. We will come back down to these levels, at least the 28, 24K. I can guarantee that we'll see that here in the next year. And a lot of you guys might be like, no, expert, no, it's impossible. But time will tell, and you know, if you guys want to follow this, you can't. If you want to, you can. But all I'm saying is patience will always win. Who cares, right? You guys are just giving into the FOMO if you're buying into altcoins now. They're at such a discount, you know, they could never go lower. This, that, the other. And I just want to let you know, right? Why wouldn't you rather play it on the safe side? Wait for lower prices. You know, if they do happen and you didn't give into the, you know, if lower prices do happen and you gave into the FOMO, you will feel worse than if you bought coins, you know, if you bought coins late after the run up, right? You're going to feel worse with those situations there. So make sure to, you know, get your emotions out of the park, right? Throw your emotions outside the window and really just get into what is happening in the charts, what's happening in the news, not what's happening in the news, but what's the sentiment of the news? Is this going to affect price? No, it's not. I don't care. Okay. And then you guys will be looking a lot better as investors. So we have gone through some great altcoins on this channel so far. We need to make sure to, you know, just make a list of them. You guys can make your own list. We will be having a list here that's going to be some 50, 100x altcoins that will actually have, let's just say realistically, like 20 to 50x altcoins at these low prices. And that's a serious statement that I made, right? Obviously not financial advice, not making promises, but it is possible for you guys to go 20, 50x on some of these altcoins. And that's just, you know, how crypto works. People will FOMO back into them in the next 3 to 4 years. When that 16-year-old discovers blockchain, he discovers, you know, this is going to change the world. He will FOMO back into your altcoins. I can promise you that. But yeah, this is what we need to really be looking for in the charts for those long-term opportunities. We went through short-term, we went through long-term, we went through, you know, some strategies in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to be wrapping up the video here. Make sure to have a great rest of your day. Yeah, no need to trade Hex. I just said I'm not bullish on Hex. I just think that it'll be a lot better. I think that it's a lot better. I mean, the code, I've actually looked through the code on Hex, by the way. It's kind of just copied a little bit. There's nothing special about it. It could be just another large Ponzi, but it's not a Ponzi. Okay, I'm obviously kidding, you know, but it is just a large company that could just be copied, or there's really nothing special about them besides their amazing marketing. That's all I'm going to say about Hex. I am still bullish on them. I still do think they have better use case than the majority of these cryptos that are above them. 58 billion market cap. Binance hates them, so they're not on CoinMarketCap in the top 5, even though they should be. But yeah, there was an interview on Bitboy's channel. I think it's somewhere around there. He did a stream with a bunch of people. Go watch it. It'll give you some great fundamental analysis on Hex and kind of give you the current state of crypto. The guy is a asshole, but he still makes some great points. It's the owner of Hex, Richard, yeah, dickhead, right? But he does make some great points, and I do recommend that you guys watch that. There's some homework for you, and also, you know, don't FOMO into trading. Be patient and just continue to learn, and you guys can be successful. This is a lifetime habit. This is to change your lives by being patient, by, you know, being able to pick up this skill that 99% of people will fail at. For you guys to pick up this skill, you have to be patient. And that's my one word of advice to you guys. You have to be able to put in the work. You have to be able to put in the hours to be that 1% of people that are successful. And that does not mean FOMOing into trading. That does not mean FOMOing into altcoins. This just means getting down to business and learning and working. And I know most of you guys won't do it, but there are some people that out there that will do it. And I really want the best for you guys. So that's going to be the end of the stream. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Third time I've seen this.